All right, here we have the sheep brain on the top here. You can see the gyri all throughout the top of the cerebrum. And then we have the cerebral hemispheres, 1, 2, left and right. And then the longitudinal fissure going all the way down the center here to the cerebellum. The central sulcus, you can't really see it, but it would be up here, around here somewhere, separating the frontal and parietal lobes. Then we have the frontal lobes here, parietal lobes back here, and then the temporal lobes on each side, and the occipital in the back. And then we have the cerebellum, the smaller structure on the back of the brainstem. And on top of the cerebellum, you can see the worm-like structures all across the top of it, which are called the vermes. Flip it over on the bottom side, you can see you have the spinal cord coming out the back here, and then the brainstem that goes up further. On the brainstem coming up, the first bump here is the medulla oblongata, and just before that we have the pons. Then flip it the other way. You can see up at the very top we have the olfactory bulbs, one on each side, and then they're the flap that come up, and underneath them would be the olfactory nerves. Here you kind of have them cut off on this brain. The optic nerves would be coming down just like this into the optic chiasm, which is this X, and the optic chiasm was what was cut in half here. And then you have the X going like that, and on the other side is the optic tract. Just below the optic tract, you can kind of see in this hole here would be the infundibulum coming out, which is a small stalk-like projection, and hanging off of the infundibulum would be the pituitary gland. Just below the infundibulum there, we would have the mammillary bodies, which are better seen after the sagittal cut. Flip it back over and pull back the cerebellum. You can see these four bumps in the back here. They are together, they make up the corpora quadrigemina, and we have the superior colliculi on the top, and then the inferior colliculi on the bottom. There's 2 of each. What was removed from the brain first that you can't see anymore is the dura mater, and that's just the main covering that covers the entire brain. It's a thick covering that protects the brain. And underneath the dura mater, and more closely attached to the brain, is the arachnoid mater and the pia mater, which we had to cut through to split the brain in half. I'm gonna stop there.